Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we, am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we, am I?
Man, good morning. Good morning. You know what? I'm glad to be up this early. I don't normally love being up this early. I'm not a morning person in the slightest, but we're about to watch one of the best matchups of any Olympic tournament, any world championship. Sweden, Finland. It is the Nordic version of Canada versus the United States. And guys, I'm so excited that you're here. Good morning. It's early. Why are you awake? Is it before work for you? My voice is going to come back as the show comes on. I just, woke up about an hour ago and I just kind of clearing the way. Maddie's with me this morning. Robert's with me this morning. It's early, and the face-off's already happened here. And you could just hear the crowd screaming in that arena. Alan Walsh was at the game yesterday between Czechia and Canada. He said it was loud. I can't imagine what it's like in there right now. This is one of those, baby, you got to get into it. Echo Charlie says, sending coffee this morning with this. Thank you, Echo Charlie, for that super chat. Love you, appreciate you. Bat flips and birdie putts. Beautiful morning for some Olympic hockey. Amen to that. Here come the Swedes. Kempe with a shot. It was a nice little 2-on-1. Sweden, Finland, guys. This is you know what? I've been kind of blessed with the games I got. Italy versus Sweden was fun. Latvia versus the United States was fun for the first two periods, and then I'd say the United States kind of dominated things. And now we get Sweden, Finland. Are you kidding me? This is incredible. Tomorrow I got Slovakia, Sweden, and I got Denmark, USA. It's like, yeah, this is a party. By the way, for anybody asking, games available for free on CBC Gem. They didn't pay me to say that, but I do want you to be able to watch the game. And it is 3 a.m. in Vancouver. What are you guys doing awake? 4:10 in Colorado. What are you guys doing awake? What's happening? Why are you here? Why are you not cuddled all in bed? Here's what I'd like to know. Are there any Swedes or Finns in the chat? Oh, Rantanen gets run into the boards there. Why are you here is what I got to know. Unless you are. Okay, here we go. John Gibson, good morning. Seems like a quick turnaround from yesterday's stream. You sound like you're getting better. I'm inching towards it. My energy's better. My voice just, the congestion or whatever, man, it's crazy. We got people from Norway. We got a couple Finns in the chat. Oh, a lot of Finns in the chat. Oh, here we go. Lucas Raymond, shot, and a good save by UC Saros. This is one of my favorite matchups every Olympics, World Championships. I always will watch a Finland-Sweden game. They're always so spirited, and my favorite thing, honestly, are the fans. They come with their faces painted. They come yelling and screaming and chants and, standing on their feet. Oh, big shot again. Blocked. And I think we're going to have a penalty here. It would appear Sweden is going to the box. Or not Sweden, Finland. Cross-checking Eric Holla. Oh, the Fislash says, this is great. Just got to work. Hockey in my ear, coffee in hand. Thanks for waking us up, Adam. No problem. You know what? Maddie and I walked in. A lot of you guys won't know this, but I walked in this morning and it felt a lot like when I was doing mornings on the radio station. And Maddie was my intern. That's how I got to know Maddie and how we brought her over to SDPN. So Maddie and I, we go way back in the early mornings. Skoll 7029 says, good old Scandinavian derby. Greetings from Czechia. Great greetings, Skoll. Nice to have you here. Slovakian says, why are we here? I can't be the only one who can't stand listening to my native commenters. Hockey should be in English. Is that right? You think so? That's funny. Lucas Raymond at the point. Down low. Kempe. Out front, Eriksson. Nice little spin move. Eriksson was in the face of Damian Clara, the Italian goaltender, basically the entire game. He's as you guys know, he's scoring his goals from 2 feet out, and he's going to be an issue for the Finns today. Eriksson really impressed me, and I know it was against Italy, but don't downplay the Italians. They were explosive. Put in a really good game against Sweden, despite being completely outmatched. And Eriksson was right in there the whole time. Oh, we got some UK people in here. By the way, actually, you know what? Can I ask everybody where we're all from this morning? Can I get you guys to drop a flag in the chat? Where are we watching from? Wow, somebody from Hungary's watching. Well, please come join Gripper Nation. Listen, if you're brand new here, I do some play calling, but we do a lot of chatting as the game goes on. Because anybody can call a game, but are we building a community? All right, we got a Swedish, we got a Canadian, got a couple Americans, we got Czechia, we got Alberta, Alberta, formerly Canada. That's funny. Sydney, Australia. Man, what time is it in Sydney, Australia? Hi from Finland. Hi from Florida. We got Turku, Finland. A lot of good hockey players from Turku, Finland. I think Olli Jokinen's from Turku, Finland, isn't he? And I believe he is, at this point, the highest scoring Finn of all time in the NHL. Pembroke, Boston, Michigan, but I'm Canadian at heart. Gordie Howe Bridge, rah, rah, rah. I never thought I'd get excited about infrastructure projects, but here we are. Oh, we got some Latvians in. We got some Austrians in. Love it. Good morning to everybody. And good afternoon to you if you're coming in from Europe, I think, right? Afternoon-ish. Maddie knows the time zones better than I do. She travels all the time. It'll be noon in Sweden right now. Okay. Brought back to Carlson. Really good puck possession for the Swedes on this power play, but not a lot of shots. Carlson really wound up there, but kind of went wide. Back in he goes. Drops it for Landeskog, who's opened the scoring for the Swedes in this tournament against Italy. Nice to see him get a goal. Nice to see him playing. Nice to see him being the captain. 1 p.m. in Finland, by the way. Good afternoon. Noah Blake says, I know the European time zones just because of F1. Well, I never bothered to learn them. Noah, you should probably teach me, buddy. Panthers, J-Dub. Mikko Rantanen deserves nothing. Why? What's the hate for that? Ristolainen and Rantanen are also from Turku. There you go. Finns now on the attack. Power play is over. The Finns have not had a shot yet, but this is the Granlund-Rantanen line that you know is going to be dangerous with Rupe Hintz. That's 2/3 of Dallas's top line as it is. And Granlund, by the way, is the captain. It's been a big part of what success the Dallas Stars had last season in the playoffs, and a big part of what the Ducks are doing this year. Chickadee says, so I've disagreed with your takes on the Flames in the past, but do you think Maloney and company will actually let the Conroy sell? The Flames. You'll never be able to fully sell. You'll never be able to bottom out. That seems to be their thing. If they blow me away at the trade deadline, I would be shocked, but I don't know if this year they need to. They're already in the bottom 5. You got a good shot at the lottery. Do what you can. Oh, is Matthias Michelli from Turku, Finland as well? I just saw that in the chat. Get out of here. A lot of good Turku players, I'm saying. Luke Vela, 34. I'm a member for 24 months. Hell yeah. 2-year club, 1017 here in Sydney. Luke, you must have been one of the earliest VIP members from SDPN. So we're about 6.5 minutes into this game. And I got to tell you, a couple of opportunities, but nothing crazy yet. You could tell both teams are like feeling each other out. The Swedes definitely have the more dominant side at the moment, and I would expect them to have the edge. But the Finns always show up against the Swedes. Both teams have pretty severe injuries, especially down the middle. You think about what, basically everybody calls the most underrated player in the NHL still is Alexander Barkov. Obviously, he's not played all year since that knee injury in spring training. And then spring training. I'm thinking baseball. You know what I mean? Preseason. And then for the Swedes, Leo Carlsson was just an unbelievable player for the Ducks to start this year. And then mid December got injured, and they kind of tried to have him play through it, and he was completely ineffective. Just not an injury you can play through. So he's not here either. Francois Labelle, old man from Montreal, had to get up to pee. Big Poppy says, Adam, you look like you need a big cup of caffeine. Well, I have had a coffee. I don't know if it's set in yet. I took some cold medication. And I also got this cool mug that Steve's parents got him. Says, warning, may start talking about hockey. I'm assuming they got this from the Kitschy shit store because it's kitschy as hell, and I kind of love it. And I've also got tea and lemon in there just to smooth out the voice. Tuomo Rorsingen. I hope I'm saying your name. Well, I know I'm saying it wrong. Adam, do you remember Finland, Sweden last year at Four Nations? That was a good game. It's always a good game. World Juniors, God, even the under 16s, it's like Finland, Sweden. Watch it. It'll be good. You do sort of wish that both teams had fully healthy because you want to see them at their best, right? But, I mean, they're both spectacular. William Nylander was a huge factor for Sweden against Italy. Oh, we got a goal! Off the post and in. Oh, my goodness, and a surprise from the Finns. Look at that. I believe that's Nicholas Montempalo, a guy who barely made the team last year. Is that Nicholas Montempalo or is that Lindell? I think it's Montempalo. So they kick it out. Yeah, that's Nicholas Montempalo. Wow. 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 Unbelievable. Nice shot. Man, Sens fans, you got to be thrilled with that. This is a guy who was not even a full-time NHLer last year when they had to bring him to Four Nations because they'd had so many injuries on the back end. And now he's kind of established himself. Okay, I'm going to play. And that's a pretty sweet goal to open it up. Listen, you score a goal against Sweden and Finland, you're a national hero. Excuse me. Also, Gustafsson, low-key, has had a very weird tournament. How many of you watched the Sweden-Italy game? That first goal he let into Luca Frigo, I was like, whoa. Like, he misplayed the puck and like let Frigo open the scoring on him. I was like, okay. I hope he's cool. So he's been a bit shaky. Lindell. Ristolainen pinching. Lindell gets it again. Olimatov stopping it up there as the Finns change. Oh, we got a lost stick. That was loose to Reinen, by the way. I think it's pretty sweet that Finland's got 2/3 of Dallas's first line, and they've got 2/3 of Florida's third line. So Hintz and Rantanen, obviously. Granlund obviously played in Dallas last year too. And then you got Lusterreinen and Lindell. All you need is Brad Marchand, and you got that cup-winning, painful third line they were so friggin' effective. They were so good. Are people calling it Nicholas Matzaball? Nicholas Montampalo, even though it's definitely not how you say it in Swedish or Finnish. UC Saros, by the way, too. I mean, we got to talk about the Finns and the Slovaks because, and I'm sorry if you're a Finnish fan, losing to the Slovaks really has put the Finns tournament on its heels. They got to win today. They have got to win today. This is really, really important. If they can beat the Swedes today, then the expectation is they'll beat the Italians. And then that would mean that the Slovaks, the Finns, and the Swedes are all tied with each other. If the Finns lose today, tournament's over for them. At least pretty sure it's over. So, the Slovaks, I think, they're going to beat the Italians. The Swedes have already beaten the Italians. I think the Swedes are going to beat the Slovaks, although that's not a guarantee. Kind of a must win for both sides here, Sweden and Finland. If you're Sweden and you don't win today, that means you got to beat the Slovaks who just beat the Finns. It's no joke, man. This is the toughest division. It is. And somebody's going to go home pissed. Somebody's going to go home feeling like they underperformed. What's up, Maddie? What is it? I don't know what it says. Oh, okay, yeah, bring it up, bring it up. Bring it up, yeah. So, let's go through the lineups for the Finns. So, Kevin Lankinen, Lettinen, and Joel Kiviranta are the scratches for Finland today, according to Elliot Friedman. Changes in game 1. So Korpisalo, Montepalo, who obviously scored, and Oliver Kapanen is in. On the Sweden side, everybody stays the same. Wallstedt, Hampus Lindholm, and Marcus Johansson, also known as Mojo, are sitting out. I know everybody advances. What I'm saying is we're looking for you want to skip the play-in, is what I'm saying. And I think the Slovaks are better than anybody could have thought. We said don't sleep on them, but I don't know. It's they're good. Mary Walt says, Adam, good morning from a pitch black San Jose, California. 3 a.m. in San Jose, getting up to watch this game. It looks like we got a high stick. Ref sending, I think Rupe. Is Willie going? Okay, so Rupe's going. So that means Sweden's going to get a power play. This is where the Finns have got to be very careful. You guys know the Swedish attack's monstrous. Oh, yeah. So Rupe just crushed Eriksson Ek in the face. So I've been telling you, Eriksson Ek's been a total jerk around the net. Hintz cross-checks him right in the mouth. Ooh, these guys hate each other. There's hatred here. But that's a monster check to the face, by the way. I think that the Finns have got to be careful. You got to keep your sticks down, that sort of thing. Don't give Sweden something like this in the first period or in any period. I got to say, though, Lindell's getting kicked out. Now, here's the thing with double IHF rules. If he gets warned again, it's a bench minor. They don't kick you out. They give you a penalty for delay of game. Shot. What a great setup by Sweden. Won the draw cleanly, back to the defense, over to the winger and a shot. Boom. That's 5 seconds of power play time. They got a shot. Very efficient. Now, I was talking a little bit earlier before I cut myself off about William Nylander. He was a driving force along the wings, looking like vintage William Nylander for the Swedish team against Italy. Had multiple opportunities. And, a lot of the offense is going to drive through him, kind of like it does in Toronto. Darlene at the point. Nylander back at the point. Down low. Raymond looking for it. Down low to Nylander. Raymond now back at the point. Nylander tries to pass to Darlene. That pass is broken up by Luosterainen, but oh no, Finland is going to get the possession. Darlene is able to keep that puck in as Finland rims it around. Kempe on the half wall. Back out to Darlene with a saucer pass. Over to William Nylander. Nylander carries. Back down to low to Nylander. Nylander looking. They're on him. They're on him. Over to Darlene. A shot and a big save by UC Saros. Only a minute gone in this power play. It feels like forever, especially if you're a Finnish fan. Eriksson Ek in there trying to get the rebound, and that puck is cleared, and the Finns will get a change, and they're going to need one. Absolutely exhausted. You could tell. You could tell the legs were burning. Francois Labelle, being a Habs fan, saying, "Go Cap! Go Kapanen!" UC Saros looks like he's solid today. He knows it's a must win. You got to win this game. Finns up 1-0, by the way, on a great shot from Nicholas Montanpalo. Sometimes it's the unsung guys that come through in big games like this. Is it his night or his day to be a national hero in Finland? We'll find out. The home of such great athletes is Valtteri Bottas. Shout out to all my Finns in the chat. Valtteri Bottas, probably the most likable driver in Formula One today. Racing for Cadillac this season. Nice to see him back in a car. Doug Savona, good morning, Adam. Seeing other Canadian, other than seeing Canada win gold, I want to see the Italian team go on a Cinderella run. Am I the only one? No. Love the Italian team. They work hard. They skate fast. They're all undersized, all of them. But what a fun team to watch. And I don't have any injury updates on Damian Clara, but my hope is that he's back in net because, man, nothing against David, what was his name? David Fridio? Anyway. That was Luca Frigo. Can you check Puckpedia, Maddie? What was his name? Davide Federico, I think. Second goalie, yeah. Anyway, he was very, very good, but Damian Clara put on like an absolute clinic. Absolute clinic. Francois Labelle dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Woo! Francois Labelle also says too many gray names. I need to fix that. Oh, here we go. Francois. Oh, we got to get another goal. Oh, my gosh. Rantanen had the opportunity of a lifetime. Somehow, some way. Oh, look at this. Rantanen had Gustafsson down and beaten and could not put it home. Ekman Larson and Rupe Hintz getting into it. David Fadani. David Fadani. Don't forget those names. Damian Clara and David Fadani. I am going to take this opportunity since it's a commercial break to blow my nose very quickly. Maddie, will you please mute me? Maddie, did you mute me or did everybody hear that? You did mute me? All right. Oh, I feel so much better. I can breathe again. I don't know how, by the way, I just want to say, I don't know how Moose missed that. Should have scored, man. Hedman is in the box, by the way. How did Rantanen miss that? It looks like it was just rolling off his stick. He had Gustafsson down and beat, and OEL tried to goad Granlund into another penalty after he knew Hedman was going to take one and go to the box. OEL didn't play a shift, and neither did Philip Forsberg against Team Italy, which is crazy. They both dressed, but JD Atkinson, hours. Well, welcome to the world of hockey at unsocial hours. I know it's crazy. This is like watching hockey like a European or somebody from Asia or Australia. People, we get messages all the time from all over the world. You guys who are, I know we got some Aussies in the chat right now. I don't know how you guys do it. It's like every game is, first off, you're watching the past because technically you're a day ahead of us. And the other thing is like it's like here's 2 or 3 a.m. in Finland. What is it? It's 10:45 in Australia, and the game started. Okay, well we'll do it. It's nuts. Val says this is what it's like watching F1 waking up too early. Very true. Very true. I hope, by the way, that you guys are on your couch with some coffee and you have a nice snuggly blanket. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be up. I'd be watching, but I'd be having a blanket snuggle on the couch. And I'd be trying to stop the cat from. So I have a cat. It's my wife's cat. I married into the cat, but he's a very good cat. And I am allergic to him. Maddie just said, "How old is your cat, Teddy?" My cat Teddy is 13. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, we've so Natalie had the cat before I came along. Anyway, every time I get on the couch, or anytime anybody gets on the couch, Teddy insists on sitting in people's laps. And for me, that's like death, right? Because I'm an asthmatic. I love him, but every time I pet him, I have to go wash my hands. So I know I'd be fighting Teddy off right now on the couch watching this game. Tuomo says, I am drinking my Celsius and enjoying this day game. Yeah, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Maddie, you're a big Celsius drinker, aren't you? Used to be. A little too much for you now. Okay. Okay, tell me about Celsius. Everybody raves about it. What's the deal? Oh, so it's a healthier version of a Red Bull. Okay. All right. Robert just said, if I drink a Celsius, I immediately have a panic attack. Okay, well, um, that's a lot of energy. Maybe I should try one tomorrow morning for the Sweden game, which is early tomorrow morning too. Oh, and in the Finns score again. Anton Lundell. The Finns, who have to this point been 5-on-5 at least, outplayed in this game, are winning 2-0. And that's just a dirty Florida Panthers style goal. Look at this. This is just slapping the puck in around the net. Luosterainen and Lundell. You know they're a dynamic duo from Florida. Well, they're from Finland, but they play in Florida. And look at them, just hacking at it. And the Swedish defense do not move him. Now, my question is there a potential for goaltender interference here? Yeah, that might be a high stick, guys. By the way, Maddie, can we keep an eye on the Italian game too? I just want to know if what Sweden and Italy are doing right now because I think is it Fedini? Fedini is starting for them. David Fedini. All right. Now this goal, I think in the NHL probably counts. But remember, we're in the double IHF. Can't be in the blue paint. Deb says, when does Jesper Wolstad come in? I don't know that he's dressed. Luosterainen was great play along the boards there. I need them to slow the replay down, especially this early in the morning. My eyes don't work that fast. There we go. Lundell, front of the net, tipping. That's a really quick high stick if it is a high stick. If it's over the crossbar, it's not a goal. I need a better angle than this. Slow it down. Does he touch it? Does he even touch it? Does he touch it though? I don't know if he touches it. I got to see it from above now. Does he touch it? I don't think he touches it, guys. Am I crazy? I must be nuts, right? I thought he touched it. It might even be a Luster-Reining. Look at this. The Finnish fans are just giving the arms. It's a goal. It's a goal. I don't think he touched it. All right, here we go. Better angle. I don't think he touches it, but he does hit the goalie in the shoulder. And if he makes contact, they could. If he hits the goalie in the shoulder, there's an argument that that could be impeding the goalie's ability to make the save or a goaltender interference call. I don't think it's a high stick. Could it be goaltender interference? I could see a goaltender interference call here. By the way, still it's 0-0 with Italy, Slovakia. Wow, good for the Italians, man. Good team. They're holding Slovakia back. All right. Look at all these replay angles. I could see goaltender interference here, guys. I can because I think he touches him. But the one thing I'm going to ask the broadcast to do, I wish I could, is please slow it down. Okay, refs, I think, have made a call here. Let's see. Oh, it's a goal. They confirmed it, and the Finns go nuts. Swami. They're doing the goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. Wow. Guys, the Nordic Bowl is off to a crazy start. Maddie's, by the way, Maddie's in love with the Finnish fans. She's telling me in my ear right now. Maddie, one of these days, the SDP is going on a European hockey tour, and we're going to show you. We're going to show you what hockey's like. I want to do. This is my dream. I want to do Sweden, Switzerland, Finland, and Czechia on like one tour over the course of like say 8 days, and I want to go see a game in each of them. I'd love to fit the German league in there too, because I want to see hockey the European way. You guys have chants and you got drums, and it's just like it's bonkers. I want to see that bad. Oh, some big hits being thrown in the neutral zone here. Jari Persinen. I hope I said your name right, Yuri. Dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Let's go, Yuri. The Finns are loud in the chat. The Finns are making themselves known. Swedes, they're being a little stoic right now. A little stoic, little sweating just a little bit. The Finns, this is a must win. Oh, here we go. Oh, and the Finns almost made it 3-1. Michael Granlund just misses the net. 3:16 remaining. A great setup from Rupe Hintz to Michael Granlund, former Dallas teammates, and they're looking pretty darn good together on this line one for Finland. Wow. Don't go to the UK Beer League. Go to Czech or the KHL. Well, I don't know if we're not. I don't think we're going to Russia anytime soon. But I think I want to do a European tour. I've always wanted to see the Halinka too, the Halinka tournament around Christmas time. One of these days, I'm going to drag my wife and we're going to go. And I told her, I'm like, listen, we're going to go skiing and we're going to go watch hockey. And it's going to be cold, but it's going to be a fun vacation over Christmas one of these days. Joe Perez says, hey, Adam, I'm currently in Spain. Going to go for lunch soon, but I understand it's early for you. Full respect for you for doing these streams. Hey, guys, full respect to you for being here. I know there's some people from Sweden and Finland and Australia, and it's all that, but I saw some American flags. I saw you Yanks. I saw that you're here. I saw some Canadian flags. I don't know what you're doing up, but I want you to be here. I'm thrilled that you're here. T-Win says, are you sick or is it just early voice? I unfortunately am sick. I've been, you know, when you take that drink of water where you're like, you feel fine, and then you take a drink of water and you're like, I might be getting sick. And then you drink another thing of water, like you drink it again just to make sure, and you're like, oh, my throat feels like knives. It wasn't quite that, but on Sunday I woke up and I was like, maybe it's just dry out. And then, of course, it wasn't just dry. It was bad. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get sick for the first week of the Olympics. Are you friggin' kidding me? Come on now. Oh, we got a German flag in the chat too, and a Danish one. We got a Hallgren, and we got a Marcus. Marcus. Oh, Tuomo says, Adam, have you ever been to Finland? No, I'm dying to go. One of my dreams is do a Finland, Sweden adventure, just those two countries. I want to see the history. I want to eat the food. I want to do the cold plunge into the sauna. Nylander with a great play to Dahlin. Usually mortal enemies in the NHL, but boy, do they look good together. Oh, we got a couple Brits in here too. Marsu says, I got to say, dry insider and German colors looking good. We were saying yesterday on the stream, I think the Germans have the best looking jersey at the tournament. Like, I don't think it's particularly close either. Like, that is a sexy jersey. And I said this on the stream yesterday. I'm going to repeat it today. Leon Draisaitl, I saw a picture of him. He was about to walk on the ice, shot up. He's got the German jersey on. He's got the captaincy. And I'm like, damn, Leon, you're a handsome mofo. What a handsome dude. And did you see his goal yesterday? The one that he backhand tipped in? Filth, buddy. Filth. Crazy. Ember to remember says Fedini was a perfect 13 saves in the first period. Good for them. Go Italy, man. That's a good team. Jay Kosh says Adam is competing against pretty good Finnish studio crew. We've got Rask, Rene, and Timonen as the commenters on the national broadcast. Man, talk about three legends. Leaf draft picked, Leaf legend Tuukka Rask, as we all know him. God, that will haunt me forever. Jesper Bratt bringing the puck in, shot, and it is blocked. Finn's doing a great job of stopping Sweden right before they get an opportunity. Aho drops to Luosterainen. And that puck skirts out back into the Finnish zone where Mata picks it up. Mata, cross center. Mata with the puck again. Finland doing a good job of stopping Sweden up in the neutral zone. Every time Sweden gets a turnover, the Finns seem to be shutting them down in the second half of the first period. Hedman, down low in the Swedish zone, gets the puck out. That's Raquel. Spent a lot of the season injured, but he's healthy and he is ready to go, and that Pittsburgh team's going to need him for that playoff drive. Raquel down low. Patterson, shot in. Saros, easy save. Oh, I think we're going to have a one-on-one here. Tolvanen in. Great defensive play by Rasmus Andersson. Tolvanen, I don't think, had enough speed to make a good move there. Shot down low. We got 30 seconds to go in this pretty evenly matched first period, although the questions of Phil Gustafsson's, he let 2 goals in against the Italians, let 2 goals in so far against the Finns. Gustafsson looks shaky, which is weird. He's been phenomenal in Minnesota all year. And the goal horn is going to sound. And he shoots it after the goal horn, gets a nice little slash from the Finnish defense there. That would be Anton Lundell. They got a lot of history together, those two. These teams do not like each other. I'm not sure if you saw it, but NHL Europe's got its own Twitter and social media accounts. And by the way, they're so much better than just the normal NHL social accounts. So what they did yesterday, they went to the Finnish practice and they went to the Swedish practice. And as the players were walking on, they were saying, so if you're a Swede, they're like, say something nice about Finland. A couple of Swedes said they've got nice saunas or something like that, but most of them didn't want to say anything. The Finns, like, say something nice about Sweden. None of them said anything. They just kind of walked by the camera and gave it stank eye. It's really funny. Very, very dry. Oh, that's your Four Nations? Oh, they must. So they reposted it. Okay. Well, whatever. Well, we can play it later. I thought it was hilarious. Now, it is time to do a little Tim Hortons hockey cards. Um, if you're from Sweden or Finland, you might not know Tim Hortons, but it's sort of a big deal here in North America, at least in the northern United States and all over Canada. And we have Olympic hockey cards, and they've been nice enough to gift us a bunch. And there's obviously some gift cards. Jesse has been trying to get a donut gift card in here. I've been trying to get the Sidney Crosby autographed hockey card. Each pack comes with 2 base cards and a specialty. Okay, so we got one world championship player. That's Thomas Chabot, Ottawa Senator, teammate of Nicholas Montpolo, who scored today. Blair Turnbull on the Team Canada women's side. And, a gold medal specialty card. Steve Yzerman, baby. 2002 gold medal winner. Okay, now let's do another one. See if we get that donut discount card so I can keep it from Jesse. All right. You guys ready? All right. We got Calgary Flame, Mackenzie Weegar. We got current Team Canada member, Drew Doughty. And a Program Excellence Brianne Jenner specialty card. Says Jenner led all skaters with 9 goals at the 2022 Olympics and tied for third on Canada with 14 points. Set up the game winner as Canada claimed gold with a 3-2 win over the United States. How the turns have tabled since then. Anyway, we're going to play a clip, and I'm going to just look up what it is. We got JJ Peterka for all of our German fans. JJ Peterka's interview with me and Alan Walsh just a week ago as he was about to get on the plane and leave for these very Olympics. Have a look, and I'll see you at the beginning of the second period.
So NHL players have not been to the Olympics since 2014. How do you feel about going to play in your first Olympics?
Yeah, just super excited. I feel like always watching it as a kid, growing up, seeing all the memories and all that stuff, and then not being able to, for the last Olympics. Yeah, kind of sucked. So the excitement is even bigger this year to finally be able to do it.
Now, some people may not know, but a couple of years ago, you played for Germany in the World Championships and had a tournament for the ages. You were the MVP forward of the tournament. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
I think that year was just crazy. I think we started the tournament with 3 losses. Played against some really good nations and kind of had the backs to the wall. Another loss would have meant we wouldn't even made it to the quarters. So just playing from there, getting better and better every game, and then all of a sudden you get momentum. Beat the Swiss in a really good game in the quarters. Had an epic semi-final against the US. Won the game in OT, which was crazy feeling. I feel like until today, I can't even describe what it was. It was I just couldn't believe it. And then sadly lost to Canada in the finals, but overall, I think it was just such a memorable tournament for all of us.
So I know you to be incredibly competitive, and you just hate to lose. Tell us a little bit about this season and being in Utah your first year, being in Salt Lake. What's it like sitting in the standings right now in a playoff position?
Well, coming there, obviously, I was super excited. I think everyone's seen the practice facility by now, and how much effort and stuff ownership put in Utah is just simply incredible. What they just provide us with. So yeah, getting there, like, first of all, just super exciting. And season overall, I think has been good. I think we had little ups and downs. We had some good win streaks. Then some parts where we didn't play our best hockey, but at the end of the day, going in the break right now, we're sitting in a playoff spot, and that's kind of like yeah, where I wanted to be.
So let's talk a little bit about how you got into hockey in the first place. There are some German players in the NHL, but hockey is certainly not what Germany is known for as the most popular sport in the country. Were you playing other sports, and how did you end up settling on hockey?
Yeah, I did play other sports. I did play soccer, and I did short track, speed skating. But how I got into hockey was my family, my parents would always take me just for like public skates. And in one of those, when we got off, the hockey players got on afterwards, and I was, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years old at that time, and I just saw them, and I was like, I want to try that. I saw the gear, I saw like everything. It looked so exciting. So yeah, I said to my parents, I want to try this one, and then yeah, since then, kind of like stick to it.
Now, what other sports were you playing in your youth? Because I understand there was a time where you had to make a decision between one sport and hockey.
Yeah, like probably the same time as I started hockey, I did start soccer and also speed skating. Speed skating was kind of easy back then because it was always after hockey. So I was just getting rid of my gear, leaving the skates on, and I was always the one with the short steels. The other ones had like the advanced ones. They kind of like had an advantage too, I feel like, but I always stick to my hockey skates. So that was easy, and then soccer as well, which was a little bit harder to coordinate because it was at a different spot and with all the driving back and forth, but I still managed to do that a lot as well, and obviously on the weekends. A lot of times played hockey and soccer on the same day, which is, when I think back right now, pretty crazy. I feel like as a kid you have like way more endurance. I don't know, but
yeah.
that was always the case. Whenever I had the chance, I did both on the same day. And then I think I was around like maybe 10 or 11 years old, where hockey was like 4 days a week, maybe practice. And like I had to take a decision, what I'm gonna do moving forward. And yeah, like since being a kid, hockey was always like the one sport I picked whenever it was at the same time. So it was kind of like an easy decision for me then.
Now, your hometown is you were born and raised in Munich, and right now you live in a town close to Munich. I was there and visited with you this past summer with you and your family for the day. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the project you got going on next to your house?
Yeah, exactly. Next to the house, there's a hockey rink right now in progress. The ice is finally there. The boards are there right now, so it's getting closer.
That you're building.
Closer. Exactly. So it's a project my parents and me started maybe 3 years ago when my parents bought the house, and we saw like the big warehouse right attached to it. And for me growing up, it was kind of always a dream to have my own hockey rink. So when we saw that, we kind of just figured out that would be the perfect spot. So it's around like one zone from the size wise, so small area games. It's like 3-on-3 hockey. Rink where just people can book themselves in, have training sessions, do some extra work. and which I think is incredibly beneficial, especially in summer, because just knowing like when you want to go on the ice in summer in Germany, it's super hard. When I was younger, my parents would always drive me to Czech Republic. It's like a 3 hour, 4 hour drive, just for me to skate there. And I feel like having that now super close to Munich, just given the chance to younger kids that are really good at the sport but want to get better and better, and also want to use the summer especially to go on the ice and work on stuff. Kind of like trying to help them out a lot.
Give us some of the details of the rink and what's all going to be included in and around the rink that you're putting together.
Oh, it's going to be like a room for physio, for trainers. There's going to be a gym attached to it. It's going to be a cafe on top where parents can sit, watch their kids practice and work out. So it's supposed to be a big like facility, sports facility where people come and get better. That's the overall goal, and that's what we're trying to achieve there.
Yeah. So when I was there in the summer and you and your dad gave me a tour, I was blown away by the detail and the thought that went into what you're building. And when I was there, I'd say it was about 50% built. You've been working on it for a while. And when do you think it's going to be ready?
The opening is, I think, in June. Right now, like I said, like the boards are already there. The ice is already there. Nobody stepped on the ice yet, but I think it's going to happen in the next few weeks. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that this summer, the grand opening is going to be there, and from there on, people can skate there.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey,
Adam?
JJ, I have a lot of questions, but one of the things that you kind of mentioned there, I was going to ask you about is finding ice time, right? In a country where hockey isn't the number one sport. I'm looking at the top German players of all time. I don't know if you know this. You're number 10 in all German NHL scoring all time, just behind Moritz Seider and then guys like Marcel Gock and Dennis Seidenberg and Uwe Krupp and Christian Ehrhoff. I'm wondering, as a German hockey player, who did you look up to growing up? Was it your local teams? Did you have any sense of the NHL? Were you able to watch it much? Like, who was your idol?
No, like growing up, I would always go with my parents in the stands in Munich, so the local team there, which I was playing the second league back then. We would always be right in the section where the fans are just yelling and shouting. So that was
standing
always
all game?
super excited. Yeah, definitely standing all game. I was also one of those kids that were like skating onto the ice with the pros. So I was super
cool.
pumped to do that always. Always a cool experience for me. But then, just when I was younger, just kind of like watching Munich. I wasn't really watching much in the US or overseas, so I always had like one player or two players from the Munich Red Bull or like from the Munich team that I idolized and kind of like looked up to.
All right, welcome back. Well, you guys didn't go anywhere, and I appreciate that. You guys stuck around. I am back trying to get it together with my second tea of the morning, pulling my voice back from the brink. I still got to do the podcast today, too. Should remind you that Steve's doing his stream with the Team Canada game at 3:10 this afternoon. If you're at home in bed watching this on the couch, if you're in North America, that is what I'm going to be doing this afternoon when Steve gets Team Canada underway. I am just going to be cozy, and I am not moving. Also, we got an early stream tomorrow, too. Maddie, thankfully, does not have to be up for that for Maddie's sake. It's going to be me and Hayden tomorrow morning, Sweden, Slovakia. And Slovakia and Italy are playing right now. Score is tied 0-0. Don't sleep on this Italian team, man. Don't sleep on them. I got some honey in this tea. It's like one of those teas. They're like cold guard tea. Like it's like it stops the cold. I'm like, well, I don't know if it does that, but a little hot water on the vocal cords can't hurt, right? Sun is coming up in Toronto. I am so Tuomo Ruutu. Tuomo Ruutu is a assistant coach for Team Finland. I used to get Tuomo Ruutu in NHL games all the time because his potential was always super high. Good player. All right. Toucan says, I'm about to take an hour drive to work with you on my stereo. Honestly, sometimes if I'm driving during a Leaf game, instead of putting the radio broadcast on, I just put Steve on. It's great. Greg says, Adam, what is your coffee of choice? I drink Nespresso because that's what we have at home. And my favorite coffee pot is called Melosio. And I put a little oat milk in that, and that's all I need. And then in the afternoon, I'll do a little espresso. Like about 3:00, I'm good for an espresso. Those are my coffees. I'm not. I drank Starbucks for years because it was nearby the radio station in the early mornings, but I don't really. Oh, here we go. Oh, man, Finland right in there to start the period. I don't really drink Starbucks anymore. I also found it got extremely expensive. If I'm going to get a coffee out now, I get Tim Hortons. Oh, Luosterainen drops it back. Shot. A little wide. Lindell, goal scorer earlier in the game, threw it back down. Granlund out there. This Granlund, Hintz, Rantanen line. These guys know each other very well from playing pretty deep in the playoffs with Dallas last year. And this game, they've been a factor. Rasmus Dahlin carrying the puck for Sweden. Of all the defense on Sweden, and they've got some legendary defensemen back there, Rasmus Dahlin is far and away the best one. 77 Wild says, stop oat milk, do keto, butter in the coffee. Steve used to do butter in the coffee. I've never done it. I don't know. I like my oat milk. And I'm not going to eat keto. Not that I have any hate on anybody that does, but I just don't have time, Like sometimes it's like you're a 6-year-old, you're like, nah, I'll eat what I can when I can, Puck through the neutral zone. Sweden collects, brings it back. Broberg fired it in. Landeskog gives chase. Sweden are going to collect this. Back out to the point to Haula. Took a penalty earlier in the game. Oh, it looks like Slafkovsky just scored for Slovakia. I'm seeing it in the chat. Nothing. Juraj Slafkovsky at the Olympics, dude. What a god. He's a Olympic god, that Juraj Slafkovsky. Ekman Larsson drops it deep. PL Adams says, usually alone at work on a Friday. Sting the CNC machines for Monday morning. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a CNC machine is. Thank you so much for helping me through my morning. Hey, I'm happy to be here. Listen, I'm going to be here tomorrow morning too, but tomorrow morning's Saturday. So I don't blame a lot of you if you're like, Adam, I'll miss me with the Saturday morning, early morning wake up call. I get it. But I will be here for the Sweden game tomorrow too. And, you know, I'm not a morning person generally, but for hockey, I'll make it happen. Alex Mercer, hey Adam, will be great to have this stream going in the background while I'm working at a retirement home in Lima. Do you speak Spanish? No, not well. I could count to 10. That's about it. I could say gracias. I don't even know if I know how to say please in Spanish. Oh, it's por favor? Of course, Maddie knows that because she spends a lot of time, traveling around and being cool, Maddie. Super chats from Francois LaBelle and JD Atkinson. JD Atkinson says, come to the UK, Tony Hand, coach of my local team. You know what? It would be fun to do an interview with Tony Hand. I think that would be sick. Francois LaBelle says, how lucky are we that Sweden and Finland are in the same group for our viewing pleasure? Imagine Canada and the US in the same group. I know. Can you imagine? I think US got a pretty easy group considering their talent level. Oh, man. We got a Swedish player in the bench, and he's still not out. Ristolainen in. Hintz with the rebound. Gustafsson gets both. I think it was Granlund that put Pettersson into the I want to see the replay of this. So as Pettersson was in the Finnish bench, here we go. Granlund crushed him, and they're not going to help. Not going to help him. They're not going to help him. They never help you. Once you're in the other team's bench, they're like, oh, too bad for you. That's a monster hit. Monster. Pettersson he looks a little stunned there. So Rantanen got a slashing penalty on that play. I didn't see where that was. Where did he get the slash? So he is being pushed off by Rasmus Andersson. I didn't see a slash there. Dahlin. This is a chance for Sweden, by the way, to get back in this game, which I think we all want, right? We want this to be a close game. I'm sure the Finns don't. If you're Finnish and you're in this chat, you probably don't. But we want a close Sweden-Finland game. We want a classic. Okay, so the slash is a good one actually on Anderson. There it is. They just showed it. Right up, hits him right across the chest here. Francois LaBelle, I used to use an espresso, but now I've switched to French press. Is it French press, Francois, or is it Quebec press? We got to ask the questions. I grind fresh beans from a local roaster. Chef's kissed. I don't blame you, buddy. If I had time, you know what? Forget it. I have time. I don't make the time. I should make the time. Emily Kathleen dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Probably a good opportunity to tell you. SDP VIP, baby. We got a brand new SDP VIP this morning. Power play with 1:20 left to go in it. William Nylander on the half wall, trying to get his team back in it. Out to Dahlin, and that is in the back of the net. Wow. I told you, Nylander, Dahlin, pretty good combo. And that was just a monster shot. Absolutely monster shot. That clearly Sweden's offense is feeding through William Nylander as it should. Dahlin, Nylander is a interesting combo. Right back out to Dahlin. Oh, what a goal. Great backhand sauce through traffic. Vintage William Nylander pass and a monster bomb. Look at that pass. It's beautiful. Wow. And the Swedish fans have something to get up for. They're excited. Villa Gruno says Swedish broadcast with Henrik Lundqvist in studio throwing Gustafsson under the bus. He hasn't had a good tournament so far. Let's just call it what it is. His first 4 periods have been shaky. Doesn't mean that he can't turn it around, but Ekman Larsson gets the puck down low. Zabinajad pinned on the boards against Holla. Man, it's like an all-star game. Raquel, puck out front, tried to find Zabinajad. Pettersson with a nice move at the blue line, gets it to Raquel. Puck just skirts a little bit wide, and Finland's going to grab it, ring it around, but Hedman's there to stop it. Fires it down low. One thing I'm noticing about Sweden this period is they're really taking advantage of the bench positioning. You know, obviously, when you switch ends, you got a bit of an advantage in the second period because you're in the offensive zone. And Sweden's puck play and puck carrying is superior to Finland, at least to this point in the game. And they're taking advantage of just having the puck all the time. Sorry about the coughing, guys. Oh, yeah. Finns get the puck out. Here we go. We might have a quick break here, but the Swedes are back playing defense. Tolvanen just missed a beautiful pass. Right on. Mata and Montempalo are out for the Finnish defense. That's 3 and 33. That's how you can tell them apart. Raymond with a shot. He's looked dangerous today. He's doing that. Lucas Raymond's got this thing where he kind of seems like a, I don't know if you guys ever watch nature documentaries, but he reminds me of like a panther. He's just kind of slinks in and he kind of looks. And you can always tell when he's about to make a play because the skates go straight, the back goes down, and you can tell when he's looking. Oh. Andy says it's another sunny, cold morning in Pembroke, minus 20 degrees Celsius. Woo! Woo! Not that cold in Toronto today. I think we're going to be hovering around 0, which for us is pretty warm. Maddie said it was minus 15 this morning. Yes, it was. And it was not fun. Broberg. Puck over the line. Or over the line. The blue line. Emily Kathleen says it's 81 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, here in Dallas today. You know what? All right. You Texas people, Texas sun, you're singing songs about how beautiful it is in Texas. We believe you, okay? Are we jealous? Of course we're jealous. Of course we're jealous. Riga, Latvia is going to get 20 centimeters of snow this weekend. Well, we're not getting anything like that, but I know we're going to get some snow this weekend. And I think we're getting rain this weekend too, which should be good because we've been hammered with snow in Toronto this year. Oh, the Finns are going to go to the power play here, and they've got 6 men on. Ristolainen with a shot. Just goes past Gustafsson. And both Anderson and another Swede gave Rantanen a nice push there. Maddie, I got to blow my nose. You got to mute. Guys, I apologize for being rude, but if I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to talk for the whole period. It's just the cold is annoying. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Oh, woo, woo, I can breathe again. Oh, baby. Let's go. So there is apparently a big hit thrown in the Italy game. I don't know what that means. What happened, guys? Tell me. I'm not watching it. All right. So we got a power play for the Finns. Eriksson Ek is in the box, and he's been a total bastard all game. And this is a slashing call on Mikko Rantanen. Broke his stick on him, too. All right, here we go. Two minutes tripping. So it was tripping, not slashing. Okay. Wow. Could have been either, really. Finns have an opportunity here to really put the pressure on Sweden, but they are going to allow a one-on-one right to start here. Wenberg with using that blazing speed. I know there's some Sharks fans in the chat right now. You've been seeing that up close and personal. He's had a great year in San Jose. Bit of a fantasy sleeper, too. Rantanen. Aho. There's Miro Heiskanen. Granlund with the puck down low to Hintz. Skirts by him. Aho is Italy. Francois Labelle says, don't apologize, Adam. You're going above and beyond. You are the GOAT. I don't know if I'm the GOAT, man, but I'm trying to have some fun in the early morning with you guys. Finn's having trouble kind of getting the puck set up and in position. Swede's doing a great job here. This is a really important opportunity for Finland to put their foot on the neck of Sweden. But the Swedes have a really, really good PK. One of the best in the tournament. Look at that. Rantanen tried to make a jump at it. Bratz got it. And all of a sudden, we got a 1-on-2. But he's killing time. There's only 37 seconds to go. Sweden still has it. Forsling makes a play, and it's tipped at the net. But out come the Finns. Granlund was going off. Lundell made the play to Tolvanen, and Tolvanen missed the net. Tolvanen's got it back to Lundell to Tolvanen. That shot is blocked. Lundell shot tipped. Gustafson's able to get his hands on that one. Tolvanen to the point. Lundell shot. That's wide. Tolvanen down low. Top. Hintz. Tolvanen. Ristolainen. Wow. Some good puck play there by the Finns, but they're not able to get many really legitimate scoring chances on that power play. Swedes did a great job. That's the Swedish PK units. They're like a who's who of good penalty killers. Eriksson Ek, Adrian Kempe, Victor Hedman, and Gus Forsling. And then your second unit, Wenberg, Holmberg, Broberg, and Anderson. 3 Bergs and a son. And also Ekman Larson was out there too for a bit. Drowsy Dan says, I'm homesick today. Nice to have some hockey and some company. Dan, it's great to have you here, buddy. I hope you feel better. Capo Caco in down low. Shot goes off the blocker. Ristolainen now with it. Drives low. Mikkola. Puck down deep. Sweden looking to collect this and get out, but the Finns are putting the gears to them. This Lundell, Luosterainen, Capo Caco line is an all pain in the ass line. That's for sure. Capo Caco's really found his game since going to Seattle, by the way. I don't know how many Kraken games you guys have caught this year. He's looked so much better in Seattle under Lane Lambert than he did last year or than he ever did as a Ranger. I don't know that he's going to be the high-end player they hoped he would, but he most certainly is going to be a very good NHL player. Very useful. Nylander with a shot. Oh, and he just missed the net. UC Saros would have had to make a great save there, but he missed. And it looks like Finland's going to the box now. 6-on-5 for the Swedes. They're going to try to get, at very least, an offensive zone faceoff. Sabina Jad with a pass literally to Rupe Hintz, or sorry, Michael Granlund for no reason. Sabina Jad has not looked. He didn't look great against Italy, and he has not been a major factor in this game yet. Got to wonder if part of that is trying to get your confidence back. It's been a rough couple years in New York. He doesn't look like the DJ Zibat of old. Not yet, anyway. Warrior Womp says, this game is a real measure of the competition for Canada and the United States. I mean, I think, you know, Sweden and Finland always bring it up for Canada and the United States, too. You can't take it, you can't take them lightly. Now, the question for Finland is how do you hold off a power play of Kempe, Eriksson, Lucas Raymond, William Nylander, Rasmus Dahlin. Nylander, Dahlin have already linked up for 1 goal. Second unit's pretty damn good, too. Raquel Landeskog, Brott, and Sabina Jad with Erik Karlsson. Finished PK, though. Really kind of nasty. Anton Lundell, Ace-2, Listerinen. You know what they've done in Florida. Cup winners, monsters. On defense for their PK is their Florida Panthers teammate, Esa Lindell. And some guy named Miro Heiskanen. I don't know if you've heard of him. I don't know. They say he's like a top 5 defender in the NHL. Second PK unit, Hala Armia Mikkola, also a Panther, and Rasmus Ristolainen. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, here we go. Eriksson Ek, Lindell lining up. Eriksson Ek wins the draw. Sweden unable to gain possession. Finland clears. Nylander bringing the puck up across the Finnish blue line. Into the zone. Eriksson Ek kicks it low. Nylander with the puck down low. Dahlin. Down low to Nylander. Nylander looking. Dahlin with the puck. Nylander, Dahlin. Look for this pairing to do something else. Kempe. Shot floated in. Raymond got it. Oh, Nylander tried to find Eriksson Ek, but it went off of the Finnish defender, Lindell, and almost in the net. UC Saros caught it. Kempe with a shot. That goes wide. Dahlin at the point. Dahlin brings the puck down low past the red or the face-off dot. He's down low against Lindell. Kempe keeps the puck in, and it is cleared by the Finns. I'm drinking my tea and honey. Sorry, guys. Woo! There's a bit of Jad. Maddie says my voice sounds better. Well, that's good. Apparently, my sound distorted there for a minute. It always does that once a stream. I'm not really sure why it happens. Oh, and it's a giveaway! And the Finns score! The Finns score! Oh, my goodness. Gustafsson wasn't ready. The Finnish PK, and I think that might have been Joel Armia. That is an enormous goal. An enormous goal after a very dominant Swedish power play. Eriksson Ek, there is 3 Swedes on the board, and Jesper Bratt leaves Joel Armia open when the puck skirts out. Nobody to touch him. Gustafsson goes down too early. Wow. What a game. What a game. That was real sneaky. I think it was Hala. That was pinned against the boards. He had 3 Swedes on him. And Jesper Bratt was probably like, yeah, they got it. They did not got it. Pettersson steals, tries to score. Oh, boy. The Swedes might be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, boy. Francois Labelle make sure everybody knows that's ex-Hab Yoel Armia to you. Now a Los Angeles King. They did that shorthanded, Matty. Yeah. Holy smokes. Oh, wow. Slovakia just scored as well. Maddie, who scored for Slovakia? Giggling Cat, got to root for the Finns. Half my team is there. That's true, man. Lindell, Luosterainen, Mikkola, painful. And the Finns, in a must-win game, are doing what they need to do. Granlund to Rantanen with a great move. Oh, and a huge hit by Rupe Hintz on a Swedish defender fighting for the puck. Ristolainen to the point. Mikkola down low. Wenberg. Landeskog. Broberg's making and Phil Broberg missed a beautiful opportunity. Puck just skirted by his stick. He was wide open. UC Saros didn't know where that was. And we got a one-on-one here. Granlund, the captain, versus Forsling. Oh, and a great play by the Swedish defense to break it up. Here comes Pontus Holmberg. Wenberg then runs into Forsling. Sorry about that. Sorry about the coughing. Rantanen again, Teravainen. That's not 96, that's 86. Oh, and the Finns come in just offside, but both sides with some energy. This game's opening up, guys. It's opening up. It's opening up. It's happening. Ridic says coverage of Germany in the games in 4 years, assuming they qualify. I can teach you to pronounce the names. Well, Germany will qualify for the Olympics in a few years, and I would love to. I know we do a terrible job in North America pronouncing Swedish and Finnish names. I know that. Like, we grew up saying Forsberg. It's Forsberg, isn't it? Forsberg? The Marcus says, thanks for the interview with JJ Peterka, by the way. He's a local hero. We really are excited when he came here to Munich with the Buffalo Sabres team. It's pretty cool. And Peterka's a nice guy. Ministeric says, should have brought Ekholm. I don't know. I think maybe we got to look at starting a different goaltender than Gustafsson. He's looking a little shaky, guys. I be honest. Go look up I don't know if you can actually. If you could go look up the 2 Italian goals. The first one especially, I'm like, no disrespect to Luca Frigo, but Gustafsson really bottles that puck. I wish. Is it Marilainen or no? Mainen Allen had a longer NHL career just to see North Americans struggle with his name. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is Wallstead scratched? Yes, Wallstead is scratched. Finland Lankinen scratched. No, wait, that's the wrong team. Lankinen is scratched, by the way, for it's Markstrom that is backing up Gustafsson, which I don't understand at all, to be honest with you. Don't understand that at all. Markstrom would be my third goalie, no question. But I guess there's a little bit of respect because he's 36. Okay, 3-1 Finland. 5 minutes to go in this second period. And the Swedes have a minor breakaway. Lucas Raymond unable to get it past UC Saros. He didn't really have a lot of he didn't really have that puck. It was kind of had to juggle it. Did Luca Frigo score again? Please tell me Luca Frigo. I see a Luca Frigo in the chat. Did the Italians score? Oh, they haven't. Okay. I know it's 2-0 Slovakia, but that's impressive for the Italian team. Fired across. We got 4:26 left in this period. The Finns are pushing, and that puck is deflected out. Oh, so it's Soros, Corpusalo, Gustafsson, Markstrom, by the way, in the SDPN chat. Yeah, listen, Lankinen should not be the backup goalie. He should be the third goalie. I would take Corpusalo too. Lankinen's had a really hard year in Vancouver. After a really, really good year last year. Italy has the best head coach in the tournament, according to Haya. Now, the Italians have a Finnish legend as their head coach. I admittedly don't know much about him, but he is a legend in Finnish hockey circles. And he's got them playing a really fast, tough game. They wheel. They skate and they skate and they skate and they skate. Ristolainen. Carlson grabs it. Oh, Armia trying to find. Oh, Holla. Oh, Armia and Holla getting it done here. A little bit of offensive zone pressure. Armia with the takeaways. Mikkola gets the puck down low. Yeah, so it's Jukka Jalonen, won Olympic gold and a World Cup gold with Finland. There you go. Jukka Jalonen. Jukka Jalonen. He looks very serious too. Jukka Jalonen, by the way, played a lot of games in SM Liga, and also KHL coach as well. He's been a coach a long time. Never played in the NHL. Somebody in the chat says Holla and Armia is starting to gel. They're mean out there. Montepalo and Mata. This has been a good defense pairing for the Finns. Got them a goal. Nicholas Montepalo, who does not have a goal this season for the Ottawa Senators, has scored today, and it was the first goal of the game. And it was a beauty. Top corner. Top cheese, baby. .325 left in the second period. Swedes are not getting a lot done on the offensive side of the puck the last 5 minutes of this period. Timu says Jalonen might be the best coach to never coach in the NHL. So, yeah, so the Finns talk about this guy like he's a god. I want to know. Oh, they're all singing. All the Finns fans are saying, look at them all. Oh, that's funny. They're having a good time. I would love to know why Jalonen has never coached in the NHL. I bet, you know what? Some teams should just take a chance. Why not? Bring him over. Give him a shot. There's a team in Toronto that might need a new head coach, huh? Michael Braskin says, what time is it for you, Adam? It is 7:37 a.m. for me. 3 minutes to go in this period. Finland now out shooting Sweden 18-17. Remember, this Finnish team lost to Slovakia. The Swedes tomorrow morning with me and you will take on Slovakia. This is the hardest group in the Olympics right now. Sweden, Finland, Slovakia, Italy. And Italy's no slouch either, as the Swedes found out. Lindell. Stopped up by Hedman. Dahlin after it. Teravainen on him. Dahlin backhand. Doesn't quite leave the zone, and now it has. The Italians have scored, everybody. The Italians have scored. Who scored for them? We got to find that out. They beat the over-under. The Italians beat the over-under. We had them at 2.5. I chose under, and they beat it. Good for Italy. Oh, Bradley. Bradley's their top center. It's Michael Bradley. Yeah. He's a big scorer, I think, in Austria or Germany, one of the two leagues. I think it's DEL. But yeah, he's their top line center. Oh, nice play out front. Forsberg is now in the game. He didn't play a single shift against Italy. He got a nice little play there. It looks like they're going to play Forsberg a little bit more. Can any Swedish fan tell me why they haven't been playing Forsberg? I don't understand that. It's Philip Forsberg. Were they just saving him? Landeskog. Yeah, so it was Matthew Bradley, by the way, who I believe is from Burlington. Yeah, Matthew Bradley, hockey player. Yeah, he's a Canadian. He was in the. Is it Matt Bradley? What's his name? Do I have that right? I'm looking it up right now. Team Italy. Oh, Landis. Yeah, Matthew Bradley. So there's been a couple Matthew Bradley. Um, Matthew Bradley, hockey player, Italy. Because there's a couple of them. Matt Bradley, and then a Matthew Bradley. And he's a former Canadiens draft pick, by the way. And actually, he is from Vancouver. My apologies. But there are a couple Canadians on that team. There are a couple Brits on that team. And there are only two players on that team over 6'5", and one of them is the goalie, Damian Clara, who had a really great game until he got hurt. Ricard Raquel out front to Dahlin, already has a goal. Pettersson. Down low to Raquel. Dahlin, down low, pinching. Zabinajad tied up in the corner with a Finnish player. I can't see which one it is. Oh, it's. I think we're going to get a penalty here. And it was Miro Heiskanen and Mika Zabinajad covering each other up. And I think Zabinajad's going to get a penalty. I don't know about Heiskanen. But they are not happy. The refs told them to stop a couple of times. And they blew the play dead. I don't know who's going to the box, but I think Heiskanen and Zabinajad are going to the box here. Zabinajad really does kind of I don't know what Heiskanen's going to do here. Like, he can't get up. Like, I don't know what he's supposed to do. If he gets a penalty here, I'm not sure for what. I don't think that should be both. Should that be both? I'm not sure about you listen, if you're Team Sweden, you take that trade. You just took their best defenseman by a country mile off the ice for Zabinajad, who hasn't really been that big of a factor. I don't know how Finley got a penalty there. I don't understand that. That's a BS call. By the way, it will be 5-on-5. Heiskanen shouldn't be in the box, guys. I'm not trying to be biased here, but like, what are we talking about? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I wonder what's taking so long here. Eriksson Ek against Lindell. Oh, it is 4-on-4. For whatever reason, I thought offsetting penalties were 5-on-5. Oh, and they are. Period is over, and Kempe and Mikkel are getting into it. Lindell's in there. Man, all the Florida Panthers guys just causing shit. Nobody's surprised. Capo Caco, Anton Lindell, Eriksson Ek. Oh, yeah. There's hatred. Guys, wake up your friends. Tell them to tune into this stream. If you like hockey, you can't miss this. Nylander's even tied up. William Nylander. Dahlin comes in and goes, no, I don't think so. You're not going to do that. I see Ristolainen's name in there. Guys, this is going to be a killer third period. I can only hope that these guys meet again in the bracket. Giggling Cat says, "Go Cats!" Francois LaBelle says, "Those are NHL refs for you." Amen. William Nylander getting a little physical there. That's interesting. As a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, that's interesting. Should we open some hockey cards? Boo, boo. All right. Pack number 1. Let's see what we got here. Am I going to get the free donut card? We shall see. Okay, first off, a Marty St. Louis, who's a classic. Marty St. Louis was so friggin' good. He's now the Habs head coach. But the guy played in Torino and he played in Sochi. He was not notably on the 2010 team. I think he was hurt. But, yeah. Oh, okay. The special card in this pack's good. Now, I already got this bad boy. Sean Monahan, the league's most interesting man. This one, though, is a classic. Northern Stars, Wayne Mother effing Gretzky from Nagano. I still have to say, these are the best Canadian jerseys all time. I love those Nagano jerseys. They're so sick. So sick. So sick. Somebody asked in the chat, by the way, Adam, how do you keep getting lucky with these games? I don't know. Like freaking 3 unbelievable games. I had Italy, Sweden, which was a classic. If you guys missed it, oh my God, it was so good. So exciting. The Italians were so plucky and awesome. Then you had yesterday USA, Latvia, which I think by the third period, it really tipped in the US's favor, but the first 2 periods were really good, really interesting. And then today, Sweden, Finland. Like, what a godsend. Just awesome. You can never, ever, ever, if international teams are playing, you can't miss this. It's so good. It's so good. All right. And Marie Desbiens, who is the still starting goaltender for Team Canada women's side. Make sure to tune into Jesse Blake this weekend because he will have the next Team Canada women's side game. Oh, Leaf legend, Dallas Stars legend, Joe Nieuwendyk, who played on the team in Salt Lake City, won the gold medal there. I love Joe Nieuwendyk. Loved him. Also a Calgary Flames legend, won the cup there too. And, a gold medalist, Brant Clark. Clark collected his second assist of the game in an overtime winner when host Canada defeated Czechia 3-2 to win gold at the 2023 World Juniors. Brant Clark played a pretty big role right now. Bat Flips and Birdie Putt says, so Nylander does have a little fire in him. Be nice if he brought that while he's playing in blue and white now and again. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Now, I got to go save my voice. We got a third period to get to. It's going to be a party, right? It's going to be a good time. And how about this? We're talking a little bit about Team Canada women's side, because while the Team Canada women's side are awesome, they are squarely, as of now, in number 2 to the United States. And in Canada, we don't accept that. Not in hockey. So what can be done? Have a watch. I'll see you at the beginning of the third.
We talked about a lot about the noise around the Toronto Maple Leafs and how the media and all this stuff. I wish there was noise around the Canadian women's team and how they've been handling it so far over the last calendar year. Because as you mentioned, they lose all of the rivalry series games, but that's not even the worst of it. It goes back to the World Championships. They've lost 7 in a row to the Americans, including yesterday. They're 0-7. And could you imagine if at the Four Nations, Canada went out there and they lost every game to their toughest opponents? So in the case of the men's side, there are actually teams that are in the same kind of caliber class. So like they get destroyed by Sweden and USA and they don't have a good team at all. And then they decided, Doug Armstrong and co., to bring back the exact same roster. We would be losing our minds. And Team Canada's women's side, and Troy Ryan, who I am not convinced is a good head coach. Scepters have never won shit, and they've continually run him out there as Team Canada's head coach. And all he does is rely on the veterans and the stars to continually put them in the positions to fail. And this team, who was unsuccessful 6 times in a row going into the Olympics, against Team USA, they brought the exact same roster expecting a different result. That is idiotic.
That doesn't
make any sense.
No, I gotta say it's giving Torino.
It is 100% giving Torino.
Yeah. Canada tends to make silly decisions when they play Olympics in Italy.
They don't.
It's definitely
That's funny.
it's eerily similar to the men's program from 20 years ago.
It's something about Italy.
It's something about Italy. They do and they forget everything.
They don't have a player under the age of 24 on their roster. They are one of the older teams on the Olympics. I believe their average age is 29.
That's a pretty old Olympic roster.
The noise from the construction threw me off for a second. The way that Troy Ryan is deploying the veterans too is inexcusable in the ice times. Like yesterday, it was Blair Turnbull who's leading the team in ice time in terms of the forward groups. It's not where it should be at this point. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not the whole thing from the top down is rotten here, and you shouldn't be losing to the Americans at the same score that they beat Switzerland 2 nights before.
It's such a different mindset from the team I saw in 2010, where an 18-year-old Marie-Philippe Poulin got both goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then I look at the American side, and I see one of the most fun teams that I've seen a women's program put together ever. And their reliance on their NCAA stars makes me worried for the way that Canada is developing their women's stars, because America is doing such an exceptional job. So you run down some of their stars they have. Caroline Harvey's University of Wisconsin. Layla Edwards is University of Wisconsin as well. And Kristen Sims, also University of Wisconsin. They are getting these NCAA girls to spend a bunch of time at these schools because of the NIL money, obviously, and the star power that they can generate through these teams. People care about these teams. And then the one who I love the most because of what she can do on the ice, and I think she's such a special talent, is Abby Murphy from the University of Minnesota. And Canada has nothing in comparison to that. Mm-hmm. Like, if anybody's not familiar, you've probably seen her move where she did the sham god on the ice, where she flipped the puck up in the air and batted it down. Yeah. That's Abby Murphy. That's Abby Murphy. She's American. And yesterday, she created 2 goals on her own just through pure magic. The first one was a spinorama behind the net, blind pass to the middle of the zone where Canada was not covering Bilka at all. And she was able to just walk to the center. But like, Abby Murphy didn't know she was there. She just she knew she was there and she felt it. She wasn't looking. Incredible play. And the next one, same kind of magical pass to her in the center. Canada doesn't have this young talent from these schools. At least they don't have them in terms of on their roster right now in what they're bringing to these games. And all of this, it just worries me for that gold medal game, because I think the gap's really big. In America, all praise to them for going with this young talent, developing them, and then trusting them in these big moments. They have the vets like Hillary Knight, but they're not playing her the most.
No, and the American program, generally men's and women's side, especially through the college system, has been coming on and is far more modern than the Canadian one has been. And, we're seeing that in goaltender development. We're seeing that in mobility of the defense core. Like, listen, I think Cale Makar is the best defenseman in the NHL since Bobby Orr. And I don't think there's a lot of stats that would prove me wrong. Okay. He is objectively going to go into the Hall of Fame he might go in as a top 15, top 10 player of all time when he's done. Let's say we take him off that.
Canada does have a little bit more of that.
You look at the mobility of the American men's team on that, your Quinn Hughes, Zach Rowinski, like it's crazy.
Top end talent, I don't think anyone beats the Canadian men's team. Mm-hmm. Top end. Depth.
Overall talent
is...
And the U.S.
a very interesting conversation.
And people who are fans of the men's program are saying, and we didn't even bring all our best guys. Like, we left Robertson and Caulfield at home.
Right? Yeah.
And so, here's what's scary to me. And I want to know what you guys think of this. Okay. So Troy Ryan, Canada's coach, as Jesse mentioned, this is a quote. And then I'm going to go to Brianne Jenner as the interim captain while MPP is out. The speed and the tempo and the pace of it of the game was obviously an upgrade from our first couple of games. We looked like we didn't have a ton of confidence in our decision making or the plays that we made. And you could see that with a lot of odd man rushes where they were offside and stuff like that.
Penalties.
And then he said, you could see it even surface in the amount of times we go offside, the amount of icings we had, just making plays. And you can't do that against a team as skilled as the US are. And Canada did also take the first 4 freaking penalties of the game.
Yeah, undisciplined.
And
That's a lot.
And hold on. No.
Sure.
Not done. Brianne Jenner says this. So what did Troy Ryan said? He said, I think there's a lack of confidence. Brianne Jenner said, sometimes games like that happen and it's hard to put a finger on what it was, but I don't think we're lacking any confidence in each other or in ourselves.
Uh-oh.
No.
Now, she's
We
allowed
call
to
that disconnect.
we better get on the same damn page. And it seems like if they're meeting in the gold medal game, that Canada better have like a miracle on ice style like game against the Soviets.
So like the game Jesse described, I'm like, well, if they play tough and they get a certain kind of whistle, 4 straight penalties. Yeah, no, you're in for it. You're going to have a tough time. Now, okay, so that's what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to find some solutions. They had a wonky start.
Yes.
First game was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, I think, was almost canceled, maybe, or at least there was discussion of it. Then you play that, and then obviously third game you get your ass kicked.
How are you guys feeling from more of a fan perspective as a Canadian seeing Team Canada lose in hockey like this in the prelims?
So I draw experience from watching the men, and it's because the men very often in these tournaments lose to the United States in the prelims, right? It happened in 2010. They had a bad loss to Sweden in 2002. It wasn't the States, but Canada very often has a bad loss in the prelims. Sweden, USA, I don't think they lost at the 2014 Olympics.
USA 4 Nations too.
USA 4 Nations.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the 3 fights off the top. I think it was a 2-1 or 3-1 game.
Canada lost.
It was
that game.
decently tight. Like they got their ass kicked in 2010.
Mhm.
It was close for maybe the first half of the game, and then the USA pulled away, and you went, "Uh-oh." What makes this more concerning is the year of evidence that they're at least a step behind. That's what's concerning. So that's the pessimistic view. That's the glass half empty view. The glass half full view is, we do this all the time.
It's not over, but my opinion is always, I mean, and I think if you're Hockey Canada and you're basing it just on the 2 games you play on the United States in this tournament, that's a stupid thing to do. You need to be basing it on how have we done the last 365 days? Because games are games, right? And you might be
almost
able to
the last 10, 12 years.
but you might be able to pull out a win in the gold medal game. Like
Right.
it's hockey, things happen.
Yeah.
But then you're 1-7.
This is what I'm saying.
And so for me,
Yeah, that's not good either.
Sochi was a miracle.
I know.
No, I'm trying to.
I know. 2006 is when I really remember because we graduated high school. I was so excited for those Olympics, and that team was broken and busted that Canada brought. No Sidney Crosby. We're bringing like Steve Yzerman on 0.5 of a knee.
Even Eric Stahl.
Yeah. And he was younger, but Sakic, Yzerman, guys like those, they shouldn't have been on the team. And I remember that Sweden winning that tournament. I was so grateful that the United States didn't. Sweden winning that tournament was a swift kick in the ass for Team Canada on the men's side. And if this tournament goes the way it looks like it might go, which is if it's Canada and the United States in the finals, and Canada loses, it's time for some reform. And, when we talk about the Canadian junior program and stuff, and every single time, the Canadians don't win that tournament, it's like a national referendum on it. I mean, I would say this year, they got a lot further than they got the previous couple years, right? So there's some improvement there.
Damn Czechia.
I think you've had 365 days of evidence that you are not in it. Is it coaching? Is it talent? Is it both? Better figure it out. And we know the American program has been coming on and catching up for years. We know what they're doing is already not enough. Okay, we're back. Third period, baby. Well, almost anyway. I'm not going to lie. Struggling to get through, but we're going to do this thing. I'm going to let Jesse and Steve carry most of the podcast today. And be like, what do you guys think of? Boop. All right, you take that. You can go on. Francois Labelle. Sean Monahan was really good for the Habs. Calgary gave up a first-round pick to take him. He played well in Montreal. And then we got another first-rounder from Columbus for him. Yeah, that worked out okay. Jeff Gordon's a pretty good president. Ken Hughes, pretty good GM. Good things going on in Montreal. I hate it. Let's do this. All right. And what's so fascinating about this game so far is that basically all the stats are even, with the exception of goals, which would be the most important stat. Montpaulo, Lindell, and Armia shorthanded. Dahlin got one back for Sweden. Let's see what happens. Apparently, too, there was a huge lineup for beers in between periods. The Italians were unable to open the concession stands inside the arena. So they have food trucks and beer vendors and stuff outside, but there's only one. So the lineup's like 40 minutes long. A lot of Finns in that lineup. A lot of Finnish guys in that lineup. A lot of guys in the box right now. After the scuffles at the end of the period, we're going to see if that affects who that affects, what kind of power plays we're looking at. Is it still 5-on-4? Like, what are we looking at here? 3 guys each. Lindell loses the draw. It looks like they're just evening them up. 3 calls on each side. Mikkola they all got roughing. Mikkola, Zabinajad, they were all in each other's faces. Ristolainen. But Heiskanen being off the ice, so that it's Mikkola, Ristolainen off the ice. That kind of sucks for Finland. Those are 2 pretty solid defensemen that they kind of need. Lindell carrying the puck. Oh, you know what? When you're struggling with a cold, there's nothing better than like a hot tea with honey. It's the best. It's the best. Also, love throwing a lemon in there. Just give it a squeeze. Kind of gets everything back and working normally. So it's 2-1 Slovakia over Italy, right, Maddie? Wow. Hopefully the Italians get right back in, tie that game up. I know they're in the third period, slightly ahead of us. Oh, it's just getting underway? Okay. I'm gonna tweet this thing. All right. Crazy game on our hands. Finland. All right. Maddie was just saying in my ear, she's like, it's nice not to have like blowout games. I know Team France just doesn't seem to have the same wheels that Team Italy does. But a lot of the games have been closer, I think, than people expected. I feel like Canada really showed up against the Czechs yesterday. Like they dominated them. Yeah. Bennington was very good. I think it helped that. By the way, I think Logan Thompson gets the start today. But I think for Benner, I think it helps that he's got a much better, much faster defense in front of him. And John Cooper said, they asked him, like, John, when did you make the decision to start him first? Oh, out front, what a save by Saros. Saros with 2 enormous saves. Once with the glove, once with the leg. Swedish player had it. He was alone, and UC Saros comes up big for the Finns 2 minutes into this period. Broberg getting some work done on him in the bench. Looks like his shoulder. Look at this. Okay. So Broberg got hit by Hintz, and his shoulder is in pain. Did he pop it? That looks like a hard hit by Hintz. I hope he didn't pop it out. That's scary. But if he had popped his shoulder out, like they'd have to take him to the dressing room. Range of motion's there. And I can't believe that they didn't show a replay of that UC Saros save. That was insane. Listen, no disrespect to Phil Broberg, but I would have much preferred to see that UC Saros made an unbelievable save. Pokemon Messiah says, I got my appendix out just in time for the Olympic hockey. Thanks for the coverage and feel better soon, Adam. Well, hey, thank you, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope you feel better soon. Not fun to have the appendicitis attack. Not fun at all. But you can hang out with me. We'll watch the game together. Yeah, Broberg still playing with his shoulder. You know, I was saying on the podcast on Wednesday, if Nylander plays in this tournament and he comes back to Toronto and he's too hurt to play, I'd say like sit him. I wonder if they do the same thing with Broberg in St. Louis. Let's say he did pop a shoulder there. Why play him? Go get your rehab or your surgery done. Come back healthy for next season. Blues are already out of it. Leafs are basically out of it. Maddie said any team at this point that isn't a playoff contender, who cares? Exactly. Come back healthy in the fall. That's what we want. So I have to tell you, I'm genuinely surprised that Finland are up 3-1 this late in the game. I did think Sweden would have one back, but they're not doing a whole lot on the offensive side of the puck. Like their goal did come on the power play, but you look at their 5-on-5 chances. Finland's doing a really good job shutting them down. And you know, they got the defense to do that, right? Guys like Nico Mikkola. Oh, out front Rantanen. And this first line is giving the Swedish defense fits. Heiskanen. And Sweden's going on the PK. Finland are the power play kids. Is Kimi Räikkönen there, guys? Is Kimi Räikkönen actually in this crowd? I didn't see him. Where did you see Kimi Räikkönen? Oliver Ekman-Larsson to the box. So Kimi Räikkönen is in the building. F1 legend, former champion, Ferrari and McLaren driver. Alfa Romeo too, but we don't talk about that. Oh, All right, so Finns to the power play. Their last power play did not go that well. The Swedes were in a much better position in that game, in that part of the game. Really dominated play. We'll see if the Finns can really control the play a little bit more. Heiskanen, Rantanen, and Rupe Hintz, all Dallas teammates. Granlund played with them last year as well. So you think they know each other and have some chemistry, but that was a really bad offensive zone break, and I'm not really sure what they were trying to do there. Rupe Hintz comes in offside on an errant Miro Heiskanen pass. So apparently, not only was Raikkonen on screen, but he was screaming. That's sick. He doesn't get up for anything. Did you, Maddie? You texted it to me? Oh. Heiskanen at the point. Rantanen, shot in, goes over Gustafsson's shoulder and out. Heiskanen to Granlund. Granlund looking, makes a backhand pass to Heiskanen, shot, Rantanen from the side of the net. Gustafsson is wise to that, but a good play all the same. 55 seconds remain on this power play. This Rantanen play looks a lot like what Leon Draisaitl does in Edmonton all the time. And Gustafsson with the quick glove on that. Rantanen actually had more net than I thought. Gustafsson got the glove out there. That was not an easy save. Granlund down low to Aho. Pettersson now going to break out. Zabinajad and Pettersson 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Rantanen gets back, makes the pass up. Armia to Rantanen, cross ice. Rantanen tips it past Broberg. Broberg is back out there despite the sore shoulder. 25 seconds to go. Somebody said Aho has been a liability. It's not been a good season for Aho. I have to wonder if there's a change coming in Carolina there when the season ends. It's never been a perfect fit. Lundell. Armia. Tolvanen. Back to Lundell to Tolvanen. Almost given back up. Power play is over. Forsling in along the boards with Armia. Mikla shot. And that kind of handcuffed Gustafsson a bit, but he was able to deflect it. Ooh. Oh, so Gustafsson didn't have to make a save there. Just went by him. Finnish fans are a little mad at me that I said Sebastian Aho has had a bit of a rough go in Carolina this year. Listen, it's nothing personal, and you don't have to make it about Austin Matthews. He also has 57 points in 57 games. Yeah, and he had a tough start. I don't know. Listen, man, there's something about that Carolina system. I don't think it's for everybody. Aho is a great player, and he's not been great in this game. It's okay to say that. You guys are winning. And he had a tough start. Real tough. Real tough. Oh no. I have questions about Carolina generally. And it's not Sebastian Aho's fault. My questions with Carolina run deeper than that. Because, obviously they do really, really well in the regular season every year. But when are they going to break through? You know what I mean? Like really break through. We keep waiting for that to happen. And as a fan of a team that never broke through, the Toronto Maple Leafs, I know what it looks like. And they have an easier division to do it in than Toronto ever did. I got questions, man. I got questions. I think it's a fair question, right? Like they got They got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but got rolled by the Panthers both times, right? Like and it wasn't like particularly close. I think they had one win in 9 games. So I don't know. Worthwhile question to ask. Not that everybody's so mad. And by the way, I spent all yesterday complimenting Jake Slavin. So it's not like I hate Carolina. I'm just saying, hey, Matt Sundin's a broadcaster? Get out. That's sick. Good to see Matt's there. Chef Matt says, maybe save your questions for a team you actually watch. Wow, there's a lot of upset fans in the chat. You guys are grouchy. Have a coffee. Relax. Listen, all I'm saying is I've banked on Carolina one too many times to make the finals, and they never have. At least not in this era. Relax, everybody. Relax. Maybe this will be the year. Is it Sundin's birthday today too? Francois LaBelle, how good is Biest on Biest hockey? Now, if only Putin could behave, we could have Russia in as well. I know. Like, I'd love to see what, Kucherov and Kaprizov and Bobrovsky and all the Ovechkin not going to the Olympics. Like, this sucks. It just sucks. Get the hell out of Ukraine. I don't know what this penalty call was, by the way. I don't understand it. But roughing's a bit different. We'll see, because the Swedish power plays looked really good. Raymond to Dahlin. Raymond floats one in. Eriksson Ek took the eyes away from Saros there. Dahlin's going to shoot again. He had the goal, remember, on the first one. Great setup from Willie. And he just slammed it home. Oh, great play out front to Kempe, but I think he missed the net or it was deflected wide. Nylander, back to Dahlin. Dahlin holds, waits, Kempe. Shot. Eriksson Ek takes the eyes away again, but Saros stands tall. Man, this is a vintage UC Saros game. He's had Eriksson Ek's ass in front of him every single time that power plays happen. Ooh. Forsberg finally getting some shifts here. Raquel. Over. Oh, and Eric just out of the reach of Erik Karlsson. Raquel with the puck again. Raquel's going to carry the puck up here. Through the neutral zone. Zibanejad to Raquel. Forsberg with the puck at the Finnish blue line. Brings it down low. Kicks it back out to Erik Karlsson at the point. Over to Zibanejad. Zibanejad has taken a couple of penalties today. Might be time for a goal. Big shot from Forsberg. That's blocked. And that was blocked by the hand of the Finnish defender. That can't feel good. Zibanejad knocks it out of thin air. Can't get the stick on it. And the power play is over. Ooh. Let's go. Can Sweden get a goal can they get a goal in the next 5 minutes and make the end of this game an absolute barn burner? Can they do it? Oh, look at that. Michael Bear, fire the Swedish coach for sitting one of their best forwards. I didn't understand why Forsberg didn't play against Italy, but maybe they just thought we don't need to. Maybe he's fighting an injury. He has not played a lot. It's weird. I don't understand. Couple of Canes fans in the chat still upset. Guys, relax. It's way too early to be this upset. It's okay. I'm allowed to say, hey, Carolina, when are you going to make the finals? That's a pretty good question, isn't it? It's Toronto. It's like, hey, Toronto, are you ever going to make it past the second round? Like, what are we doing here? Relax. It's Friday morning. Let's have a good time. What do you mean, Maddie? Here we go. Puck is out. Rantanen. Cross. Puck is tipped in. Finns go for a change. Hintz gives chase. Out come the Swedes. Nylander into the skate of Pettersson, and a big hit in the neutral zone on Mikko Rantanen, who has been running around out there. He tries to get a hit back on the Swedish defender. Oh, and Rantanen is smashed into the boards by Hedman, face first, and you could hear him yell on the screen. Rantanen's a tough MFer, and he and Hedman are going at it again, and Hedman knocks him down again. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow. People are calling for a penalty in the chat. I don't actually think that those were clean hits, guys. I don't. I have to look at the first one again. But wow. That was a pretty good little rivalry there between two big, tough SOBs, you know? Face goes into the board equals boarding. That's not true. Maybe in international rules, but NHL rules, that's not true at all. Boarding is, yeah, so that was a good, clean hit in the middle of the ice. Hedman. So why does Rantanen's face just hit there? Why did he kind of... So his reaction was weird there because it was like he hit... Was Rantanen trying to get a call? That looked like just a normal hit. But guys, listen, to everybody that's saying it's an international tournament, these are not double IHF rules. They're a fusion of NHL and double IHF, not completely double IHF, and it's reffed by NHL referees. I'm just telling you what I know. That's why they didn't call that. I know you're heated. I know it's Sweden, Finland. I get it. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you how it is. That was a bit of a sell job by Rantanen too. Let's be honest. He's been a factor in this game. He was trying to sell a call there, and I don't blame him. Not one bit. Go for it. You got to win this game. He knows how important this game is. They don't win this game, tournament's over, I think. Like, I know they'd make it to the play-in, but it's not a good seeding round, right? Look at the Finns. The Finnish fans are just wild. They haven't shown a lot of the Swedes yet. I think because the Swedes haven't had a lot to celebrate. One thing I will say is I know Sweden's out shooting Finland, but I'm perplexed by their inability to sustain pressure 5-on-5. Like, I think a lot of their extra shots have come on the power play. There's one there. But other than Eriksson Ek being right in front of it. Oh, there you go. Almost a goal. Saros was beat, but the defensemen were not. That puck was dribbling home. And the Finnish defense is able to clear it out of the way. Woo! Wow. How did that not go in? Who cleared that? Was that Lindell? That's Lindell. Man. Clutch, man. Clutch play. Clutch play by a clutch player. Wow. Oh, the Swedish fans are... Oh, you can tell they want it so bad. Damn. People are calling Lindell Baby Barkov. I don't think that's wrong. Damn. Okay, 8:55 left in the third period. Shots are 29-21 for Sweden, but Finland is winning 3-1. It's not been the best game from Gustafsson. I think we can all say that. Oh, we got a Swede down, and I think Tolvanen is going to the box. Is that an elbow or a slash? So Sweden's going to get another power play. Oh my gosh. Oh, Wow. Francois Labelle says, too much gray again, fix in time. I don't know what that means, Francois. You know, the Finns have got to be careful here. Don't keep giving these Swedes power plays. Like, Nylander, Dahlin already linked up for one power play goal. You don't need to do that again. Francois Labelle dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Oh, you mean gray names. By the way, who's the who is the who's new here? Who's never been on an SDPN stream before? I'd love to hear from you. Raise your hand, wave, say hello. And I'm sorry about my voice today. It just is what it is. Francois Labelle dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Hockey Truther, long-time viewer, first-time stream watcher. I love it. Crystal Star, I am new. Kathy says, I'm a grizzled vet. Tuomo is new. Pretzel Hut's been here forever. We're dropping the member berries in the chat. Damian Clara is now coming in for Italy. Man, what's going on there? What happened? Is that just the strategy for Italy? Goalies are playing half the games. William Bonner's new. Raj Sharma. It's Firms from Columbus. Burninator. Kaney says, I'm just happy to be here. That's awesome. We've got some newbies here. I love it. Okay, Eric Sinek. This is going to be the biggest face-off of the game so far. Eric Sinek versus Aho. Don't worry, he's great and perfect. My perfect boy, Sebastian Aho. I would never say anything bad about Sebastian Aho or the Carolina Hurricanes. Ever. Not once. I've never done it. They're my Stanley Cup pick. Oh, big shot by Lucas Raymond. Turned aside by the blocker of UC Saros. Nylander in the corner. He's going to be looking for Kempe and Kempe with a shot. I think it hit a shoulder and went wide. Dahlin is at the point. He's got a shot. Nylander with a big shot, and his stick, I think, broke. Got to go to the bench. Broke the stick. It's a 4-on-4 right now for a couple of seconds anyway. Nylander gets the puck back. Brand new stick. Out front, Eric Sinek with a shot. Tried to jam play. It doesn't go in. Dahlin to Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond coming in. Down low to Nylander. This is a big 1 minute, 17 seconds left for the Swedes on this power play. A couple of shots started by Dahlin. They can't collect the rebound, and the Finns are able to push it back down the ice. 3-1. 7:40 left in the game. 1 minute left in the power play, my friends. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. UC Saros is having a game for the ages right now. Raquel Forsberg finally seeing some ice time. Carlson, shot. Zibanejad's shot, unfortunately, is obstructed by Nylander's old broken stick. Raquel to Zibanejad. Landeskog to Zibanejad. Out to Carlson. Carlson at the point. Back to Zbad. To Carlson. To Zbad. Winds up, but no shot. Forsberg. Shot by Carlson. Goes wide. And that puck is cleared out. That is off a stick and out, so no delay of game penalty. Claude 47 says, I'm new, and I'm hoping Sweden scores a point. Tyler says, I love Landeskog, but he doesn't have it anymore. I mean, he's good enough to be there. I think it's just that, listen, this is a hard game. All right. All right. Carlson. 9 seconds left in this power play. Shot. Landeskog was at the side of that trying to tip it in. Out come the Finns. Unable to make a play, though. Oh, and Rupe Hintz just iced the puck. Oh, no, he didn't. Here we go. Mata in on Pedersen in on Mata, that is, excuse me. Out front. And the Swedes are trying to make something happen. This is the fourth line. That's Holmberg, Pedersen. Well, it's not really the fourth line. They've been switching up the lines a little bit on us. It's the third line technically, but it was Holmberg, Pedersen, and I think Wenberg. I guess they don't play on the power play, right? So those are your fresh bodies. Mikkola has gone to the dressing room, which is a big loss for the Finns. He's hurt. Took a pretty I think he took a big slap shot off the ice or off the ankle. Panthers, J-Dub, I appreciate your opinion on my Canes. I think we have needed a 2C for 4 years. It's kind of important to have, and we have not. Feel better soon, bud. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm not saying the Canes aren't great. I'm just saying, when are they going to crack it into the top, you know? That's all I'm saying. And Aho didn't have a good start. Go look up his game logs. There, I said it. He's been good since. Miko says, Adam, say hi to Alan. I met him at Sundance with his... Oh, we got a Lundell in on Gustafsson. Lundell was in all alone. Gustafsson stood up to him. Good save. You needed that save. You needed a save there. Miko says, Adam, say hi to Alan. Met him at Sundance with his daughter. Give him a shout out. Did not expect to spot him there. Alan's daughter is going into film and production. And so they went to Sundance together because he's a really good dad. And he wanted her to see, you know, what it was like. I think that's pretty cool. Apparently they had a great time. Slovakia did score. So that's 3-1 now. Slovakia over Italy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Josh says, Adam, thoughts on the F1 championship this year? Well, based on Max Verstappen's comments yesterday, it sounds like it was so funny. So Max was like really pissed off about the regulations, and Lando's like, listen, Max can retire if he wants to because he keeps threatening to, but we're paid to drive cars. What I'm really curious about, Aston Martin, with all the money they spent, all of the time and the development and everything, all the changes at the team, and they are 4 seconds off the pace. 4 seconds? For anybody that doesn't watch racing, 4 seconds is an eternity. You might as well not show up. I don't know how the Honda engine is terrible. It's overheating. It's blowing up. I don't know. I think the contenders this year are going to be, I think it's going to be obviously Max Verstappen because he's a god. I think the McLaren team's going to be pretty good. I think the Mercedes team's going to be pretty good. I'm very curious about Ferrari because Lewis was putting in some really good times early on, even though he doesn't love it, doesn't love the regulations. So we'll see. But yeah, this could be, guys, this could be George Russell's year. How about that, huh? Anderson with the shot in. Rantanen gets the puck stripped. Shot. Oh, it just missed. Forsberg stripped Rantanen along the boards. You don't see that often. Eriksson Ek down low. Forsberg with him. Eriksson Ek in the corner against Rupe Hintz. Both just dogs, eh? Eriksson Ek and Rupe Hintz. Absolute dogs. Saros plays the puck around. Out come the Finns. They haven't had a lot going in on the other side of the puck. Oh, nice little shot in. This is the fourth line for the Finns. Eric Hall is out there. They haven't had a whole lot going on this side of the puck for this game, especially here in the third, as the Swedes are pushing to tie it up. But they've held the fort, and thus far have that 2-goal lead, and there's only 4 minutes left. Now, the clock is your worst enemy if you're wearing yellow. Adam Ruzicka scored for Slovakia. Good for him. You know, you got to have your heroes. Dalibor Dvorsky, Adam Ruzicka, Slavkovsky, obviously, has been a god for them. Francois Labelle says, for the newbies, watch the pod, BS Pod Eva. Chatting with some old friends at the pub, outrageous takes. ribbing each other, and good deep hockey talk CJ show is also gold. Yes. Thank you, Francois LaBelle. Appreciate that's a nice promo for SDPN. By the way, a reminder to everybody that Steve Dangle's going to be on today at 3:10 for the Team Canada game. Make sure you tune in for that. You know it's going to be exciting. Oh, also, if you were gifted a subscription today, welcome to SDP VIP. And that hooks you up with some pretty darn sweet episodes. We got a brand new VIP episode out this morning, and we're talking about stuff a little bit outside of hockey on that usually. There was a tweet that went viral over the weekend, and I made Maddie, Jesse, and Steve decipher it. It's in English, but it's I don't know if you guys saw it, the jester mogging. Clavicle got jester mogged by the Moids and the Foids. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, wait till you hear the whole thing. So we're going to be talking about that. SDP will come out later today. CJ show will also come out later today. 3:30 left in this game. Raquel, shot. Oh, he had a Z-Bad wide open, but he has some coverage in front of him. The shot went wide. By the way, with VIP, it's $4.99 a month. If you want all of our episodes without ads on them, it's $6.99 a month. Easy peasy. And you get the episodes early. You get them hours earlier than everybody else. 3:06 left in the third period. Lindell along the boards, dumps it out. Finland doing a good job of just chipping it out. But that is an icing, which is not ideal. Not Tyranny says, get Adam a Halls. Believe it or not, I have a Halls. Look at you want Halls. I got Halls. Just, you know what? When you've been talking for hours and days on end and you have a cold, it's just not going to sound great. All right. 2:56 left. Swedes with the net empty. Oh my gosh. This is what we're here for. This is why we do this. Okay. Puck's in the Swedish zone. Lucas Raymond skates through the neutral zone. Right past Lindell. Raymond still with the puck now deep in the Finnish zone. Puck goes around the board. Kempe down deep. Raymond to Nylander. Dahlin. Nice pass. Finns are all over the Swedes, not giving them a minute. Landeskog down low. Raymond is going to wait for this one. Eriksson Ek and Landeskog are battling with Kempe. Dahlin to Raymond. Kempe. Back to Raymond. Puck pass to Dahlin. Nylander open on the sideboard. There he is. He's got it. But Armia's all over him. The gap control of the Finns. You got to give them credit. They are not making it easy. Now, a lot of Florida Panthers on the Finns, so they're kind of good at this. Puck is blocked by Lindell off a shot from Lucas Raymond. Landeskog down low. Landeskog back to Dahlin. Dahlin to Raymond. Looking for cover, looking for an opening. There isn't one. Down to Landeskog. Side shot goes nowhere. And a misplayed pass is going to go past Lucas Raymond. Swedes are trying to change. Oh no, Landeskog almost gave up the puck to Rupe Hintz. Rupe Hintz. Michael Granlund. What am I saying? Captain on captain violence. And we have an icing. The Swedes iced the puck. That means the goaltender's got to come back in. Forsberg's going to argue that one. But the Finns in the chat are going wild. Oh. The Finns in the chat are going wild. This is going to be a good day, a really fun Friday to be in Finland. If they win this game, I can only imagine what the celebrations this afternoon are going to be like in the streets of Helsinki. Maddie just said she would kill to go to a pub in Finland after this. No shit. By the way, if you go to Finland, what's the beer? What's your beer order? Is there any local Finnish beers? Italy has scored, by the way. It is now 3-2. Italy, Slovakia. 1 minute to go. Okay, we'll switch to Italy, Slovakia once this game wraps up. If they match up. There's 3 minutes to go in the third. Maddie, I think our clock's running, by the way. 53.9 left in the third period, by the way, in terms of seconds. Sweden mogs Finland, but Sweden never has won the Winter War. So what is the best beer in Finland, guys? Karu? Is that what it is? Karu? All right. Kiju. All right, here we go. 43 seconds to go. The Finns are going to upset the Swedes, barring a miracle. Rupe hints. And that's in. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Finns have come in and upset the Swedes after being upset themselves by the Slovakians. What a crazy tournament this is. The Finnish fans are going nuts. They're chanting in the crowd. It was loud all game. And look at it now. The Finns, a 4-1 victory over the frustrated Swedes. Wow. Did not see this coming, kids. Did not see this coming. Excellent. What a game. Tuomo says, we are the big brother. Man, Group B, what a division. Everybody's won, everybody's lost, except for Italy. And we're going to switch to Slovakia, Italy. Everybody come with me. We're switching to Slovakia, Italy right after this game. We're going to see the end of it. Wow. Okay, Swedes in the chat, I have a question for you. What do you think happened today? Why is this happening? Why did this happen? Why was this game not closer? I know they're somewhat evenly matched, but without Sasha Barkov, I expected Sweden to walk away with this division. You got to tell me what happened. People don't love Sam Hallam, huh? Or Hallam? All the Finnish fans are saying the Swedes already left the chat. No, they're here. They're here. And it's a big victory for Finland. And you can hear them in the crowd. They're having a good time. Kimi Räikkönen having a good time. And by the way, I will be back for Team Sweden tomorrow morning at 6:10 in a pivotal matchup against Slovakia. And by the way, I'm going to try to find this Italian game here. Try to figure out. Okay, I've just switched over to Italy, Slovakia. 3:35 left in this game. The Italians are within 1 goal of tying this. Big congrats to Finland. Let's stay live. Let's watch the last 3 minutes of this game. All right, here we go. Adam, what's the channel? The channel is Sportsnet Ontario. That's what I'm watching on anyway. You can also watch on CBC Gem for free. If Italy wins, then every team in this division will be 1-1. What a story. Here come the Italians. Trying to remember all the names from yesterday. Not easy to do. Slovakia has iced the puck. Pospisil is not happy about that at all. He knows how pivotal this game is. They win this game. Slovakia is the #1 team in Group B, called by literally nobody. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world? All right, here we go. Italians win the faceoff draw. Back to the point. Thomas Larkin's shot was blocked there. Thomas Larkin, by the way, One of only 2 Italian players over 6'5". Him and goaltender Damian Clara. Crazy. 2:30 left in the third period. The Italians have the net pulled. Petroniro to Larkin. Puck thrown in. Italians give chase. They are all over the Slovaks. Larkin kept the puck in. Down low. The Italians have it. Can't keep it. And the puck skirts out, and the Slovaks are going to get called for an icing here. Wow. I love international hockey. It's the best. Oh. It's amazing, honestly, what Team Italy is doing. Just a bunch of guys who are all very good hockey players playing very high levels in Europe. But let's be honest, not exactly known as an international powerhouse. And yet, here they are. Uh-oh. Slovakia has a chance here if they can strip Italy, but they haven't. All right, here we go. For Deller. .129 left in the third. Can the Italians make it interesting? Puck is down deep in their zone. Di Tommaso to Zanata. And that puck is into the Slovak bench. It's going to come outside the blue line, I think. There's your hero, Juraj Slafkovsky, who was so good in the 2022 Olympics, too. That's why he went first overall. Italy is definitely using, somebody's in the chat, Italy is using the power of friendship. Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah, they are. Shot is out and iced again. 1:05 left. Remember, Italy needs 1 goal to push this to overtime. There's Captain Thomas Tatar of the Slovaks. Really good career in the NHL. The Italian fans, by the way, were spectacular in the first game. Apparently, the atmosphere in the arena has been amazing. Italy has won the faceoff draw again. They've got a Petroniro down low. Bradley. There he is. Shot from Bradley. Oh, and Bradley is a very good scorer in Europe. Petroniro has the puck. Looking for Bradley, who is a goal scorer tonight. Oh, puck played in. Kind of snuck into the goalie there. 30 seconds to go. Everybody wants an overtime here. Francois Labelle says Italy is punching above expected goals for so far. Listen, Italy's been great. No active NHL players. One, I believe, draft pick recently, who's Damian Clara, who's in the Anaheim system. There are other NHL draft picks on this team, but most of them are not going to be NHL players. Oh, no. Italy just took a delay of game penalty. Oh. Thomas Larkin, the captain of Team Italy, is going to go to the box for delay of game here. And it just kind of, oh, that sucks. Chipped it up and over on the back end. When you chip it out from your zone, remember, and it goes over the ice or over the glass, that's a penalty. That sucks. It did not hit the glass at all. Oh, that sucks. And it happens. It happens. No, that just sucks. 28 seconds. Damian Clara back in net. Arena sounds silent unless I'm wrong. It's sounding awfully quiet in that arena right now. Slovaks have just got to rag the puck here. Just hold the puck. Keep the Italians away from the puck. And that's what they're going to do. There's 13 seconds to go. Oh, such a bummer way to end that game. 7 seconds. Slovaks are going to take the lead in this division. 3 seconds to go. Good save from Damian Clara. The goaltending for Italy. Fedini and Clara have been amazing. But yeah, the goaltending it's been spectacular, but I just don't think it's enough. Oh, I feel so bad for the Italian fans. They really, really have put on a good show for their fans. Oh, so the Slovaks are the #1 team in Group B. That's crazy. Sweden and Finland have both lost, and they both won. The Slovaks are undefeated. Come on. How crazy is that? All right, everybody. I got to do the SDP here in just a little bit, so I am going to log off with you. But remember to join me tomorrow morning at 6:10. Sweden versus Slovakia. Pivotal game. And 3:10 this afternoon, Steve Dangle's taking over. Team Canada taking on Switzerland, I think. Yeah, it's Team Switzerland. Anyway, enjoy. Love you all. Thanks so much for joining. And enjoy your day. I'll see you twice tomorrow. Early